Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and in today's episode of Great Engineer, Terrible Driver, we are going to design a 1980s premium budget vehicle in automation and hot lap it in BeamNG.drive on the automation test track. What driver score will I achieve today? We shall find out. This definitely is a category which is a bit eyebrow raising, as premium and budget doesn't properly go together, but you can see it as the lowest point in premium cars that are tailored to make the most comfortable ride possible. So this would be a car that is as comfortable as it gets for a reasonable budget. It is not necessarily a budget car, more like a normal family car-esque, but with more focus on having it slightly more performance, just slightly, less economy, less fuel economy, that is, and much more comfort, and less practicality. So it is a bit of a different balance between the stats. And 1980s, what are we going to choose? This one is a little too small. I think the 80s sedan might be a good option. Yeah, why not choose this one? This is large enough, maybe 2.6 meters. It's a little on the low side. I think the best size to go for here would be something around 2.8 meters wheelbase. Do we have anything like that? 2.7, but that's a 75 body. Here, a 3.1 would be nice. But that is also a 75. So let's try to make the best out of it with a 2.6 meter wheelbase. One thing that you need to make sure of is this is a very non-compromising car in that, depends on how you want to put it, really. You need to really focus in where you want to spend your money in order to make this category work. You can't just it's something along the mid-budget lines or the low-budget lines throughout all selections. That doesn't work for this kind of category. You want to be cheap where you can. For instance, panel material, going for monocoque, but also just galvanized steel, nothing fancy whatsoever. And then longitudinal, it needs to be comfortable. So double wishbone. And then the engine. Yes. It needs to be slightly sporty. We could go for a V6. How about a V6? I think we might even want to save some money and just make it out of cast iron. It doesn't have to be all that fancy. And 1980s, maybe dual overhead cam 2? Dual overhead cam 3? Needs to be slightly sporty, so let's go dual overhead cam. Single overhead cam, sorry. Single overhead cam 3 valve. And also a cast iron head. It's getting a little tall, that engine. 3 liters, it's not that large. How about 3.5 or 3.6 even? Just cast internals, nothing fancy to see here. Compression, let's start out at 8.0. And cam profile, around 45? So a bit towards the sporty side. This, like a luxury vehicle, would be more tailored towards the low end. But we need to get some kind of sportiness somehow, because otherwise we run into just a straight up penalty for the overall global desirability of the car, and we don't want that. Turbocharged certainly would be an option, but that is expensive. That's expensive in engineering time, and it does give you, especially in the 80s, it gives you a lot of prestige, which is great for any kind of premium car. And I don't think we necessarily want that here. If we have a very high affordability at the end, I might give this a shot, but it also might be more appropriate to sink that into higher quality interior. But fuel system, single point EFI, yep, that's very nice and cheap. Basically a carb with a simple ECU. So let's go with standard intake and regular. And we want to have an AFR that allows us to get some sportiness. And I think 13.3 sounds about right. This is EFI after all, so let's go with 70. And how high is this thing going to rev? It's pretty large per cylinder. Oh, probably not too high. Let's try 6,000 first. And short cast headers, nothing fancy here. Three-way catalytic converter. And reverse flow, reverse flow. Also, let's make it dual exhaust. It's still a little knocky. It was just knocking a lot, but that was because the exhaust was too small. So yeah, let's reduce this. It's looking good. Revving it slightly, ever so slightly too high. But that engine is already reasonably optimized for me just clicking through. This is even a bit too high. Could expand it. 190 horsepower. It will be a heavy car. So 190 horsepower certainly is not much. It's the 80s though, so 190 horsepower was quite a bit back then. 193 horsepower or 187 and a bit more grunt and more quietness. Oh, that was wrong clicked. I don't know. Let's go with 193 first. And then later on, oh yeah, you can actually invest a little bit into exhaust quality, as that lowers the loudness. This is very nice to do. Increases flow as well. Exhaust efficiency goes up. So let's put this at +3. I know, it seems weird, but it's a good way of going about it. So, what does it sound like? Let's give it a whirl. That sounds like a V6. V6 that is reasonably quiet. Body selection, let's select the sedan. This is the category, or one of the categories, that will have a sedan type modifier that is the desired body, but I think only a strength of like 5% or so. Maybe 10? The long nose version. Okay, that's a little extreme. Can make it larger. Like this. Long bonnet. Yeah. A long boot. A little larger, probably not too bad. Okay. That looks not the best. Like this. Alright. Bit more boot space. And a bit more cabin space overall. Yep. Looking good. Design, as always, coming later. We are going with longitudinal rear-wheel drive and an advanced automatic, because that is great for drivability. Sportiness. It is hard to get sportiness with automatics. Differential, open. Let's see how the gearing is turning out. Yeah, it can be a bit higher up. Second gear is supposed to go to 100. Radial tires, medium compound. 205s maybe, front and rear. Alloy rims. These wheels are way too small. So now this is quite difficult. Like, what are you going for? More comfortable ride by making the profile higher, or are you going for a bit more handling by making the profile lower? I think 55 is a good in-between, but maybe a bit on the low side. So 60, probably 60 is a better compromise. And always keep an eye on your total costs. Material costs are basically nothing here. 221, yeah, that's fine. For the brakes, we don't want brake fade because that straight up penalizes our sportiness rating. So how about vented disc front? That's also good for comfort, with 2 pistons at least. And then solid disc rear, single piston. Maybe at 275, 250? That might be a bit on the low end. This is a heavy car, or is going to be a heavy car. And we're looking at something that's supposed to be comfortable, so... Pad type... yeah, let's put it at 30. Under tray, not really a thing here. Don't need it. It's something where we can save costs. Premium budget, I think they have around 5% reliability weighting, so just putting in a bit of extra cooling might be a good option. 65, good compromise. And then, I think they have 4 to 5 seats as a requirement. And let's put in... Yeah, this is... Ooh, it's costly, but this is where you invest properly. So luxury is beyond what you would expect, right? For a car with a medium budget. Usually you would expect premium interior, but this one is catering more towards the luxury segment. Was trying to, at a budget, or on a budget. And that is why luxury is good here. And then we go for the premium version. Yeah, luxury 8-track. No, oh, wait a second. That is double the price, yeah. It's double the price. Or the phonograph in the 80s. Does this work out? That makes it limited production. We don't want to do this. Let's try luxury and premium. This is not quite too much, I hope. And what do we want for power steering? We need some power steering. For now, variable hydraulic. I think that should be good because it's not penalizing sportiness too much. Yeah, that's the only thing that really works. If the car is too heavy for no power steering, variable hydraulic is compatible to sporty cars. I can't quite remember how much safety concern this demographic has, but I would assume slightly above average. Do we want to go with... Oh, this engineering time is so high. Standard 70s might work out. Yeah, the advanced options are really high in cost and time it takes to engineer. And that will be even more so after my balance changes that are currently cooking in the close to dev beta version of the game. There will be massive difference. I think currently I've set the advanced packages to cost something like 40 months of engineering or something like that, so that they are way expensive if you really want to go for them. So, and beneficial. I mean, in old automation they were even more juicy by costing less engineering time. And basically every car wanted them because of that. That will change. It's just going to be an enormous, what is called opportunity cost to select them. I would go with hydro-pneumatic if this were a proper premium or rather luxury car, but we can't afford this. So progressive it is, but the slightly more fancy gas monotube, and then we tune it. It's not on the radar. Uh-oh. Family sport. Maybe the engine is a little too sporty. Whoa, 20 sportiness! Holy Batmobile, that is a bit over the top. I just want to avoid the penalty. Okay, but this is not tuned, so let's use the comfort tune and see what changes. Premium. There we are. There we are. Right, pin that to the top and premium is pinned. And now let's check it out. Whoa, roll angle, man, that's terrible. And do we have a penalty right now? There's no penalty. We have enough sportiness for the car to not suck. That's great news. Well, the base setup of the car is with equal sized tires front and rear, and that is just to save money. And that's important, as you see. We're down there at 55. So very important to get away as cheaply as possible. If you change the size, you instantly drop quite a bit of percentage. It does make the car quite a bit worse, even though, yeah, that's just because of the pricing. So back up. We want to be back up, but we want to tune it down. Because we need less sportiness. They don't care about sportiness as long as you are sporty enough so that you can pretend it is sporty. Then it's fine. And then the rest should go into comfort and making it as prestigious as possible. Safety, as you can see, also a big concern, so probably we should invest into getting the advanced safety package. Yep, that adds 10 points to the score. Our brake setup was decent from the start. Let's quickly do a tune of... Oh, no, that's pretty solid. Maybe we need 300 rotors. They are expensive. They are expensive. Can we maybe fix it by pad type, or do they hate that? Makes it less comfortable. Yeah, they don't really need super brakes, do they? If we add 1 point to quality there, I assume they're just going to... Yeah, it's going to kill the affordability. But in principle, the premium one should go up. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it does. So that's something they would be looking for. But phonograph? Do they dig this? Oh, this is almost something they like. Not quite, but almost. Luxury 8-track. Yeah, way too expensive. The gearing is decent, and I mean, this engine is pretty sporty, or makes the car pretty sporty. 8.1 seconds from 0 to 100 in the 80s with an automatic. It's pretty good. But now some more suspension tuning. What I want to achieve here is to bring the drivability down a bit while straightening out the sportiness. So that I want to make this curve go lower but flatter towards the end, so that I get the sportiness a bit higher up while the drivability either stays there or goes down a bit. And that can be done via the sway bars for the most part. Oh, let me tweak that a bit. We do need a bit softer sway bars in the front and stiffer sway bars in the rear to straighten it out. And then we might need a bit more rear camber to bring it all down. This is a bit of a boaty McBoat car. 8.3 degrees of roll angle. Do they like even more? Or is this basically the limit? Yeah, everything becomes worse. No, not really. No, there's definitely too much. We could try to up the quality of the suspension. But, something that, again, premium likes, but they really don't want to pay even more for this thing. So let's have a quick look. These are our stats. I'm rather satisfied with this build. Markets. Holy shit, yes. If you're building a good premium budget car, you can probably sell it in many categories. It does fulfill quite a few market desires at the same time. Not quite as many as this is trying to tell you right now, because this is not properly balanced. We have not remade the competitors in quite a while, so this might be a bit off. And scores like these should be difficult to attain. What now? Well, stats. Let's take a look at the stats. We have plenty of passenger volume. We don't need that much cargo volume. Just like the scoring of this one. What a general tip. You want to have your stats look pretty similar to the bars that are there. So, medium to high drivability. And, yeah, we have about medium drivability. Very high comfort. Yes, we have very high comfort for that era. Especially for the budget. Then, well, prestige, very high. Okay, very high prestige. We have very high prestige for that budget. And safety, well, we have very high safety for this era. Oh, it's looking good. And what about the stats here? 210 kilometers an hour, supposedly. The brake's not too terribly strong. 43.3 meters. 1.36 tons. Power to weight ratio of 8.6%. And now, it is time to design this thing. Alright, give me a moment. is complete. The King's Torch Verdana. It is a very budget premium vehicle, but it doesn't look half bad. Yeah, I'm rather pleased with the design. It is nothing special. It is trying to be slightly fancy, but not over the top. A little subtle here and there. Still a bit of chrome left over. And not overdoing it either. And overall, I think it is just what people are looking for. Like in all the demographics. And of course it's 80s, so you have to write EFI on shit and your engine size and stuff. I quite like my badging once again. It does look rather cool. And yeah, that's the King's Torch. And also, dual exhaust back there, because we have an actual dual exhaust. And what else? What else, K-Rob? What else? Did I do anything fancy here? I doubt it. It works. I'm happy. Let's export this. No, wait a second. Not export this. Let's put it on the test track. So what does it achieve? Here we go. Go, go, go. It's not the fastest off the line, but yeah. I mean, it's moving. And it's reaching 180... Whoa, 190 in the slingshot. No lifting off. And we're coming to the line in 2 minutes 39:05. And there it is in its 80s glory. Let's export it. And there it is, the King's Torch Verdana. In all its glory. Yeah, it's a car, right? And big blindy bulbs. That's a decent-ish looker. I don't know. I've built look better in BeamNG for sure. But yeah, it's not bad, not bad. So how does it drive though? How does it drive? Okay, lights off. Let's check. So this is a manual. So there will be drive there. And oh wow, that's a lot of wheel spin. But yeah, I mean it has loads of power considering. And whoa, it is tail happy too. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Lights up. And this will be tricky to drive. No traction aids. Whoop. Oh man, this is not made to be driven hard. Yes. Okay. Well, I think the fact that it is an automatic makes it a lot worse because you have no clue what this fucking thing is going to do. But that is a corner, all right. Oh, and no ABS, nothing. Whoa, there's a. Yeah. Okay, let's drive it the way it is supposed to be driven for a second. Okay. Yeah, come on, shift. Yes, that's a little bit better. I quite like that. Alright, let's put down a bit more power. Yeah, about there, yes. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, it's easy going. And brakes are easy. Everything is alright. Alright, fantastic car. Why would anyone want to drive this on a track? It does look good though. Oh, around the corner please. Can you drive in this view? when you see it from the front? Oh, don't collide with the walls. Ah, yes. All right, I shall practice this thing a bit, and I'll be right back. The King's Torch Verdana. It's almost as rowdy as a muscle car, but man, this is not good to drive. Well, it is good to drive, but not good to drive fast, I should say. It's certainly not made for that. You can tell. You really can tell. It's just wheel spin galore up to 100 kilometers an hour. And beyond that, severe instability during braking and cornering. If you combine those two things. Never combine those two things. That's not a good idea. It's not as bad as the Cougar. What is it? Was it the name? Yeah, I think so. The 1955 car we built, sports coupe. But yeah, this will be tricky to drive fast around the track. Let's see how we can do it. Alright, let's give it a go. And off the line with wheel spin galore. There we have some grip. Okay. Early braking and steer in. Just keep it off throttle for the most part. And then, oh, unleash. Automatic, stop doing shitty things like this. Oh, this has no grip. And then, fuck. Okay, go. Fucking go. Brian's bend coming up. Just lift a bit. This thing is so tricky to drive. Okay. And drive fast. Drive fast. I beg to differ. Whoa! What was that power drift? Alright, full throttle again. Oh, bleh. I'm getting a little sweaty already. Alright, brakes. This thing isn't fast through here. Just keep it steady. Yes, nice. More throttle. Wait, and full throttle. Oof. Breathe. Alright, 140. Down the Daffy Flyer towards the slingshot. Do we have to lift off? The answer is yes. Slightly. Ever so slightly. 180. Decent performance. And lift off slightly. Yeah, steady through here. Nice. And full throttle again. Alright. And just take it easy here. Give it a bit of brakes. Not too much. Not too little. Just keep it calm. 95 might be a little too fast. 90. Oh, no. Whoa! That's fucking automatic. This is the worst. But, alright. Brakes. At least we don't have problems with brake fade. And there we go. Alright. Nice and easy through here. And full throttle again. Wheel spin. Alright, and then, yeah. Steady. Don't spin out here. Don't spin out. Oh. The rear was getting a little light. And easy through here too. Come on, find the grip. There. No. Fucking automatic. Oh. Okay. There we go. Whew. Towards Cossack Corner. Can't even say the corner names. This is too much work. Pumping the brakes. And, easy through it. Oh, don't lighten up now. Woo, no. Okay, easy. No, don't oversteer. And full throttle. There we go, towards the line. What a terrible lap. But, man, I'm just happy it's over. 2 minutes, 50:54. The Kingstodge Verdana. Holy shit, this was a handful to drive. This car is not made for the track. It should have a track symbol with like a crossed out symbol around it, like the no parking here, no stopping here. Oh man, that is terrible to drive around the track. If you are keen on trying it out to see what the fuck I'm talking about, I urge you to give it a try. As always, the download is in the description below, but my driver score will tell you everything you need to know. In automation, it managed a 2 minutes, 39:05. And in BeamNG.drive, I took it around the test track in a leisurely, not so leisurely, in a terrifying 2 minutes, 50:54. And that leaves us with a driver score of 93.3. Ouch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.